slow start in this one, but then 35 points. West Virginia 21-14 as we get set to start the third quarter. Welcome back to Morgantown. Chris Fowler, Doug Flutie, Craig James, and Aaron Andrews. Boy, it's been two very talented quarterbacks running different offenses who've been the story in the first half. A very slow start, though, for Steve Slayton. Where has he been?
Where's he been? This is an offense that averages 300 yards on the ground. They have just about 108 in the first half, and your Home Depot coaching adjustments are get the guy the football. 9 carries, 17 yards in the first half. That's not enough touches. I mean, Pat White's been efficient with it on the air, but I think really to put the pedal to the metal, you got to give him the ball more, and then Louisville keep it away from Brian Brom.
Brom's just distributed the ball to everybody. I think they got to get Rudy a little more into the game, using the backs well. And again, Harry Douglas is the guy he's going to lean on in the pass game.
It was Douglas early, but then Stripling, and we thought scored there in that play. It was Brom on the quarterback sneak, eventually scoring the touchdown. Barnidge and Stripling, the tight end and the backs, have been active receivers. Douglas had a fumble, gave West Virginia the short field. One of those touchdown drives was pretty easy, 25 yards. Mountaineers will get the ball to begin the second half after Todd Flannery kicks it off. You hold West Virginia to a $184 in the first half, and you're Louisville with that beleaguered defense. You did a pretty good job.
Oh, yeah.
The short kickoff taken by Noel Devine at the 15. Devine breaks out. Their freshman has room across midfield. Yeah, White and Slayton are fast, but so is this guy, the back of the future in Morgantown. 41 yards in a hurry.
You know what? When you talk about angles and trying to catch somebody who's fast, watch the speed. There's no way.
They still didn't get a clean lick on him at the end of the play. They pulled him down. He almost split the two defenders.
Here are your angles. This is where you see white jerseys having no shot.
Bit of a wrinkle. They haven't used Devine much on kickoff returns this year. He's only had 38 carries. We saw him flash his speed at Maryland earlier this season. Thought he was going to become a bigger part of the offense. He's been a little bit nicked up. Had a concussion and had cost him a game. A fake the reverse. White still has it. Turns the corner, picks up about 6 as we check in with Aaron Andrews.
Chris, I had a chance to speak with Louisville head coach Steve Cragthorpe coming out of the locker room. He told me defensively what his team needs to do, tackle better. He doesn't feel like West Virginia has been able to move the ball consistently in the first half. He said we've got to take advantage of that. And also, guys, defensive end Peanut Whitehead is out for the game with a concussion. And as you mentioned, they only travel 25 guys on defense, so that is a blow.
It is a blow. The starting defensive end out of there. Slayton on the reception. First down yardage to the 32. If they don't give him the ball as a runner, they can throw it to him. He had 17 catches on the year coming into the night. 7 yards on that one.
You saw Steve Cragthorpe on the sidelines telling his defense, pass. Here comes the pass. There's a tendency. There's a trend there. Gives his defense the heads up for the pass, but they're not over there.
He's been more involved in the defense lately, hasn't he? Mike Cassidy's the coordinator, but with that defense struggling, Cragthorpe calling things out. Yeah. It's not a run. It's a throw, and trying to break free. Reynaud is thankfully okay after walking off the field to be treated in the first half. Buchanan on the stop.
Treated in the first half. Perfect segue to Owen Schmidt. He treats you to a ball game, leading Pat White up inside, finds his safety here, leading right up inside again. Owen Schmidt continues to do the little things to make the offense look big.
On 2nd and 3, Slayton is the tailback, and he gets it. Slayton knifing ahead to the 11. That's his longest run of the night.
Well, we can add to Owen Schmidt's resume reel. What a block. Coming around, hitting Malik Jackson. You see from the right side. Here he is, going to come out, kick out on Malik Jackson.
By getting the fullback involved in the offense now, you can just go ahead and hand it off, though, to Slayton and not deal with all the reads that take the ball out of his hands.
And first down. White firing short. Now Schmidt as a receiver makes a catch and picks up just 1.
Good observation there, Chris. You said as a receiver. 3 times now we've seen Pat White to the left side rolling. He's thrown to a slot. He's thrown to a receiver coming from the backside, Now he dumps it off to the fullback.
Well, they showed the same exact action that they just handed the ball off to Slayton with. The fullback coming across Schmidt. This time bluffs the block, releases into the flat.
And 2nd and 9. They give a clinic here on this offense every summer. 1,000 high school coaches. It's grown from about 20 to 1,000 in 5 years. Came here to learn this offense. It's Slayton, and he's stacked up in the middle. A lot of high schools around the country are putting their best athlete at quarterback and running some variation of this offense.
Well, it's like Florida. When you look down at Florida, their option offense, their zone read, you see them at times, they'll go with a fullback leading. Here, they empty it out a lot.
You got to find a guy like Pat White at quarterback, though. I mean, that's the key is that quarterback position. A guy that can read it all. They've even added the bubble screen into the read sometimes now. And
well, there may not be a Pat White, but if you got your fastest guy, your best athlete in high school, you can still make guys miss at that level. On 3rd and 9, pump fake, fire for the end zone, leaping catch, out of bounds. The late signal, Jock Sanders, the freshman, went up, didn't get a foot down.
Throw to the back of the end zone. Sanders goes up, but a really good job. Chris Vaughn, well, actually, that's Woodney Turin that goes back and pushes him just out of bounds.
A great shot there, toe.
Ah, great shot.
On the white part, and leaves a mark like a clay court in tennis. You can see he's out of bounds. 28-yard field goal attempt from McAfee, and he's now hit 10 straight. So West Virginia marches the first possession of the second half and comes away with 3. The lead is 10.
That's how you carry on a friendship, baby? With your thumbs? Of course, it ain't my business.
Well, if it ain't your business, why you all up in mine?
Because you people need to get eyeball to eyeball over the flavors that bring people together. Applebee's new Steakhouse Classics. You choose from 3 of their best steaks, any 2 sides, plus a topping.
Can everyone hear you, or is it just me?
Talk to your buddies. Applebee's. Get it together, baby.
Mom, Dad, you gotta come see. What is that?
It came without warning.
Shut the door!
And transformed a town.
It's Dad.
From the master of terror, Stephen King.
There's nothing out there. Tie this around your waist, but let us know you got at least 300 feet.
The mystery that surrounds them will become a fear.
Who knows how far this mist has spread?
It could be the whole world.
They may never escape.
We have to get out of here.
The Mist, directed by Frank Darabont. Rated R.
You don't want to be LeBron James. I am just one man. I still have a lot of work to do, much more to learn, to be as good as I can be. But I do see the light, and it is up to me to go and get it. I am LeBron James. You don't want to be me. You want to be better than me.
It's alive inside. Please drink responsibly.
Once again, the wrinkle, a new way to watch this game. The movie theaters here in Morgantown and also in Louisville. Pay you $9. You don't have to worry about the weather. You can dress differently. Although it hadn't been that bad.
That's a new concept, and apparently 3/4 of that room is full. Of 1,000 seats, 750 folks.
They dressed in gold. You see that in the theater. They got in the theater.
They got the memo. The guy with the blue shirt and a tie, no memo.
Yeah. The ties of the football game used to always confuse me. You're used to seeing that various spots in the SEC.
And a white hat to boot.
It's a different look. The gloves.
No email, no text message from the friends. Give it the program.
We're making him famous tonight. Trent Guy at the goal line.
That's why he wore the tie.
3 flags fly. This guy is dropped to the 35. Something serious happened there.
Wow.
There's a yellow laundry.
Got a flag in your pocket there you want to throw?
That's a rotator cuff problem there.
Have a flag. You know, what accuracy. All 3 within a yard of each other.
Good bunching. It's an illegal block here. Had a nice fireworks show at halftime.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 2 on the return team. Penalty is half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
Had a coordinated fireworks, and now look at this. Flags in the air, all 3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3. And they land close.
Oh, you want to grab one.
And also we'll hit on Rick.
This is a halftime show. Big occasion.
The little yellow bean bags with the tail there, they throw them. And
well, back to the game here. Special teams hurting Louisville here in the start of the second half. The kick return by West Virginia, and then the penalty on theirs.
Tough field position. Short gain by Stripling. We said there's almost a victory for the Louisville defense after the kickoff return by Devine of 41 yards to hold the Mountaineers to a field goal. The deficit only 10 for the first possession of the second half, but not good field position.
That is a positive thing. If you can answer that with a touchdown drive and cut into the lead, no doubt. But as a passing quarterback, a guy that likes to throw the ball, you hate calling a run play on first down and getting stuffed and getting second and long.
And Brian was telling us more variety. They're looking different levels on first down throws, making the defense defend a lot of the field. But now on second and long, he's pressured and set near the 1-yard line. Keelan Dykes up the middle, got Brom.
We've talked about it tonight, how this defense has been able to stop Louisville on first down. Third down has been terrible. You're going to see 3 rushing, and look at the 5 across the board here. Nowhere for Brom to see the field down there and to throw to a receiver.
You have a double team on Dykes. He gets rid of the center and throws him off and just heads to the quarterback. 3-man rush. As a quarterback, you know receivers are going to be covered. I might have to move with the ball, and I should have a little extra time.
Brom sacked for a 3rd time. 3rd and 17 from the 1. He'll fire over the middle. It's Barnage in traffic, short of the first down. How many times tonight the Cardinals come up just short of that first down marker?
Well, and hats off to West Virginia's defense.
Yep.
You know what? This is a defense that's playing like a top 10 team. They're coming out answering the call against an offense that can throw the ball and move it and score points.
Hey, what, the 3rd and 18 coming off your own goal line. That's a big play. Field position-wise, not having to be backed up in the end zone punting. Sure, it would have been nice to pick up the first down, and they were close to it. But at least you get a little bit of field position out of the end zone.
That's a shank. A terrible kick off the side of the foot. Rivers comes up and fields it on the hop at the 43. Flag on the play.
But did you see that? He threw the flag for 10 yards, wasn't far enough, picked it up and threw it another 10.
He doesn't have the arm anymore.
No, it's a rotator cuff issue.
Yet another special teams penalty.
You know what I'm talking about?
I hear you. Absolutely.
You throw something that's like, you know, half a pound.
Holding against the Mountaineers.
All right. Oh, there's the penalty out there.
But he has the slot release, so was to the side. He's babying it.
I didn't get enough on that. I didn't get enough. Wait a minute. It's up there.
And he's going to sneak it in so that nobody sees that he's done it again.
That flag got really near Rivers, who was trying to field that punt on the bounce.
Phil Judge, Ben Vesconcelos.
Could have been a little distraction.
Well, back up West Virginia. Would have been the ball at the 45-yard line. Mangino and the Jayhawks, one of 3 unbeatens, and they survive Stillwater. BC visiting Maryland, trying to bounce back, and USC California. Primetime football on ABC, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 on the West Coast, presented by Southwest Airlines.
We have USC at Arizona State on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah. A lot of fun. Pac-10 for the first time on Thursday night. We've got Oregon, Arizona a week from tonight. To see Dennis Dixon and the Ducks on first down. And out straight ahead to Slayton. loses the football. A fumble forced by Bobby Buchanan, and that's what Louisville needs. Louisville football. They've signaled that direction. And they're still battling for it in the scrum. So Steve Slayton, who had those costly fumbles against Louisville last year, brought on by the wrist injury, the elbow problem that he had in the ball game. He came into this game bent on redemption. He's saying
it looked like this bounced out late, so Slayton really felt that his elbow hit the ground, and that's when the ball pops out.
Yeah, that's why. But you saw Crackthorpe telling him to get over and let's get on the ball and let's snap this thing. And Rodriguez doing a nice job of keeping his defense over there, saying, hold on, let's let this thing breathe a little bit.
Now they'll review this.
You keep that defense over there too long, the offense will snap the ball and take off on you.
They're not getting away with that anymore, though.
That's that old Aggie joke.
Remember a play that was ruled a turnover, an interception by White early in the game, overturned by replay. If the elbow hits the ground and that causes the fumble, that's not a fumble.
But carry on with my Aggie joke. When we were kids growing up, they say how many plays it take for the Longhorns to score, or for the Aggies to score after the Longhorns left the field. 11.
Here's another look. Elbow.
Down.
Boom.
That's what causes the ball to come out. He's down. We were talking, though, at halftime, Craig, about the atmosphere here tonight. I mean, it's very subdued. There's been some moments where the crowd's up on their feet. They're cheering right now.
Subdued by Morgantown standards for you? What this subdued when you came in here in '84?
Not the Morgantown I remember right now, especially booing just before half.
I got some great information for you guys. Our champion on the sidelines, EA, Erin Andrews, signed an autograph at our hotel before the game to some folks, some fans, and she signs Mountaineers.
The ruling on the field is reversed. The runner was down before the ball came loose. The ball punched at the 46-yard line. It will be second down. Please reset the game clock to 10 minutes.
So for the second time, turnover on the field overruled by replay. It'll be West Virginia football at the 46-yard line of the Cardinals, and they're up and ready to play.
Let me finish that thought. So she misspells Mountaineers. Our EA
misspelled it, huh?
Mountaineers. Yeah, she forgot the I in the mountain.
She was trying to sign it quickly, right?
No, I don't know. EA was.
I would just like to say I'm very nervous about this trip to Pittsburgh tonight. I had a lot on my mind, like trying to hit deer, not hit deer tonight. That's what I'm concerned about, not spelling Mountaineers.
On 2nd and 4, a first down completion to the 35-yard line as Tito Gonzalez makes his second catch of the night. It's no reflection on the University of Florida education. You know how to spell Mountaineers, I know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have attempted it, so.
Now that crowd's starting to come in. Get a little life to them.
Let's keep it going, Mounties. Let's keep it going, guys. We got this game. We got this game. All right, Mounties. Undefeated.
They haven't got it yet. If they get a touchdown here, it's going to look pretty good for them. You got Brom on the other side. You got a chance. Slayton. Once again, not a lot of running room for the speedy Steve Slayton. Buchanan on the tackle.
Does appear to be getting closer, though. There's some creases, some positive gains, a half step from stepping out of an arm tackle.
You predicting he's going to bust one here before this night is over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see only 40 yards rushing. That 103 per game is down about 30 yards from a year ago. A few less touches. Noel Devine now spells Slayton in the game. Whistle before the play.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 79 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
They got Isdiner, the sophomore guard.
That appears to be the only way they'll get stopped. West Virginia makes some mistakes, whether it's penalties or turnover, mishandled snap, or the ball that happened to slip out of Pat White's hands he had to fall on. Boy, they're polished within the offense, though, when they're moving the ball.
Schmidt and Devine in the backfield. 2nd and 11 now. And it's White. Ooh, he is popped. Ball comes loose. Pat White gets drilled after a short gain. And it is Louisville football. Devine trying to help up White. The quarterback still laying on his back. You could hear that hit. And this press box a long way from the field. Earl Heyman on the fumble recovery. It was Buchanan combining with the linebacker Lamar Miles on the hit.
Well, Pat White's had to deal with a couple of issues this year health-wise. He had a thigh bruise. He's had a little shoulder that was banged up a few weeks ago. He was totally healthy coming into this game.
Yeah, the thigh bruise that knocked him out of the USF game, and then he had a chest injury as well.
Yeah. You have to remember, he's only 185 pounds. He's not a tailback type body, but he runs like a tailback and is explosive, and he takes too many hits.
He's run the ball 15 times tonight. Here's a real speed replay. You can hear the hit. White appears to be okay. Pad on pad, and this fumble will not be overturned. So Louisville's defense comes up with the takeaway. That's been the thing that's kept them in some games. That's their 15th fumble recovery on the season. That's very good. Not many interceptions from this defense, only 6. Now they're going to review this one.
Well, while they review that, Rich Rodriguez has to go find out what type of condition Pat White's in, because he's such a tough guy. Coach Rod can't ever figure out whether or not he's really hurt or not, and he doesn't speak up. He's a competitor.
It's Jared Brown, the backup, who's had to be clutch in some big games in his career. Let's see what they might be looking at on replay here.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Can't imagine what they'd be looking at. The ball came out
nice
way
job.
before.
Still vertical. He was still standing up.
Great job by the officials, though.
Pat may not remember what happened, but it's pretty clear.
It looks like a concussion type of situation where he got his bell rung a little bit there. I don't know if they're working on an arm or a hand or something, but the way he shakes his head every now and then.
Meanwhile, Braun gets the football back. 8:12 to play in the third quarter. Down 10. Ryan takes off, picks up about 6 before being knocked out by Ivy.
Now there's a 3-man rush where he got out and made some plays. Now this guy get knocked out of bounds, you said?
Have you ever felt that, Doug? Have you ever been hit?
You think? Yeah.
How many concussions in your career?
I had what I would consider 3 real concussions and a bunch where I was dazed, but all right after about 10 seconds.
Doug, we played in
look
that
at the group around White. There's some concern there.
There is. We played back when they never even really tried to diagnose it.
As long as you could stand up and get out on the field, go.
Completion and a first down into West Virginia territory. It's Douglas, 14 yards. White seems to be trying to convince the staff that he's good, he's fine. They'll do those tests on him to make sure he's telling the truth.
Yeah, exactly. He just doesn't want to come out. I mean, this is a tough competitor, but he has to be smart, and he has to let his coach know where he stands.
Well, they'll give him like 3 words to memorize and come back to him in a few minutes and see if he still knows them.
2 tight ends for the Cardinals on first down. And hand it to Brock Bolin. And Bowles ahead for about 3.
Well, Coach Rod, you'll see him walk over and try to visit to get some type of read on his quarterback. But I tell you what, Coach Rod better jump back over there also and be worried about his defense, because Brian Brom's got the ball in his hands. You don't want to let that momentum run the other side.
See all that rubber from the field? That's on his left shoulder now.
Absolutely.
Rubber pellets.
Yep.
Louisville, a real chance to cut into this 10-point lead now. Ball at the Mountaineer 45 on second down. Ron, quick drop. Batted down. Batted down on the edge by Scooter Berry.
D linemen are taught, if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback, eye him and get your hands up when he lifts that ball up to release it.
Chance for the Mountaineer defense to step up with a big stop after the turnover. The 3rd and 8. The training staff out there. There's a West Virginia player on one knee. Is that Johnny Dingle? Number 92, the end opposite side of Barry. He's the senior.
He's an excellent pass rusher, great feet, great quickness.
You've already seen he's a world-class trash talker as well. He'll sit this play out on 3rd and 8.
This is that area too, though, of the field. You get close, a 4th and 1, maybe just 2-play territory.
Brown pressured and hit. Ball loose. Picked up. Eric Wicks on a touchdown. An enormous game-changing defensive touchdown by the Mountaineers. Johnny Holmes made the hit. Eric Wicks scoops and scores. Here comes another review. Okay.
Again, it was a 3rd and long situation. Allows West Virginia to come with the pressure.
Watch the arm here, guys. Was it going forward?
No.
No, not at all. Wicks is always around the ball. The ball just finds him.
He gets a lucky hop here too, huh?
Gets a nice hop, scoop and score.
Jeff Castile dials up the right number at a critical time in this football game and bringing. Remember, we've seen earlier where he had 3 rushing.
Rolling out the field is confirmed.
Where you had 3 rush, 5 in the middle. This time he came and he brought a lot of players and got to Brian Brom.
Again, you can do that in 3rd and long and make the quarterback get rid of the ball quickly. Brom's trying to hang on to it so he can throw the ball past the sticks and get the 1st down. He gets hit throwing the football.
One second, Louisville's got the ball. Trying to cut into a 10-point lead. Now when Brom goes back on the field, he's suddenly down 17. 44 yards as the Mountaineer defense steps up and makes its biggest play of the night.
Nissan engineers know the backbone of any truck is its frame. That's why the Nissan Titan's frame is fully boxed. Unlike competitors' C frames that are prone to flexing, our box frame is the strongest truck frame you've ever built. Just one more reason, it's the Titan of trucks. The new 2008 full-size Nissan Titan.
Circuit City's Drive to 65 is going on now. We're grand opening 65 new stores nationwide. And to celebrate, we're giving away a Mazda CX-9 every single day for 30 days, plus other incredible prizes. Ask a Circuit City expert for a game piece today for your chance to win a new 7-passenger Mazda CX-9. Winner of the 2008 Motor Trend Sport Utility of the Year Award. And right now at Circuit City, get no interest for 24 months on TVs $4.99 and up with a Circuit City credit card. Don't miss Circuit City's Drive to 65.
The plastics, medicines, and innovations that make life modern come from one place. American Chemistry. AmericanChemistry.com. Essential.
So I asked my dad where he wanted to go for his 60th birthday. Norway, he said, the land of our ancestors. We drank a pint at Ibsen's favorite pub. We sampled the local fare. We got new sweaters.
I feel like yodeling.
It was the trip of a lifetime, Dad said, until we went to the Hall of Records and discovered we were actually Swedish. 2 tickets to Stockholm, please?
Whatever your story is, your City card can help you write it. City, let's get it done.
ESPN's College Football Primetime. Brought to you by the Nissan Titan, proud presenter of the 2007 Heisman Trophy. To cast your vote, go to theheismanvote.com. And Circuit City, for the hottest new technology. Think Circuit City.
Mountaineers up by 17 in Morgantown as we go to Aaron Andrews.
Chris, if you want an update on how Pat White is doing, after Eric Wicks recovered the fumble and ran it in for a touchdown, White got so excited he ran away from the training staff, grabbed his helmet, tried to run on the field. They said, no. Louisville's offense now goes on the field. He said, oh, okay, and sat back down. So then they checked him out again. Steve Slayton looked over at me and said, our guy's fine. All right.
Are you sure if he thought he had to go on the field? See how it works is when you score a touchdown, you kick off, the other team offense goes on the field.
I got a way to figure out where he is. Take him the newspaper, have him do a little Sudoku.
That's his hobby, a little numbers game.
Yeah. Figure out if he's got it.
So John Holmes, the enormous hit. Folks in the theaters in Morgantown love that. Wicks on the return, and now Brown will go back to work after the big sack. Trent Guy trying to create field position, and Trent Guy, he's hammered as he hesitated just across the 30. Charles Pugh, he had run by him, came back and made the hit. 30-yard return.
The goal line's that way. He had so much open space, he didn't know which way to cut off the defender.
He's trying for the really big return.
You got the really big hit. Oh, these officials are doing a nice job of trying to keep this game under control, these two teams.
So that chess match move, Jeff Castile gets the edge. And Charlie Stubbs and the offensive brain trust for Louisville. They bring the blitz, they couldn't block it. And now a little more desperation, a little more urgency for Brom and company. And pressure. Brom fires, incomplete. Douglas was Barnage, was well covered, the tight end. Flag down.
Looks like Dyke splitting a double team again up front to get pressure on Brom.
Pass interference, number 24 on the defense. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Ellis Lankster, the backup corner, flag. They move the ball to the 38. Mountaineers tough enough to beat without a couple of turnovers that produced 14 West Virginia points, including the defensive touchdown.
If you want to beat these guys, you better hope West Virginia's turning the ball over. You better play flawlessly.
Doug Beaumont, the freshman, into the game and in motion in the slot. Brom flips it off and dropped by Anthony Allen. Tried to set up the screen. There was traffic and he couldn't hold on to the ball.
Well, that's why they've had Stripling on the screens. What is he doing?
He's trying to prove that he's ready to go.
And that's going to do it, the old somersault test?
The somersault, he was just jogging back and forth.
That's the sideline test, you know?
If the hit knocks something loose in the head, you just do a somersault, and it'll get it back in place, right? Is that if you started doing that, and I'm a trainer, I'm thinking, like you just proved that you didn't just sit down.
And he did.
What is this, like tumbling class? You might not be ready. 2nd and 10. Deep drop, and now a whistle. Timeout before the play.
To the snap. Timeout. Louisville. Then it's their first time out of the half.
This is another look at White after the hit. And he wanted to run out there. So no, wait, I'm all right. No, we just scored, Pat. We scored. We got to kick off. They get the ball back.
They're cracking up. They are cracking up.
all his work to tell those guys he was okay, it was just undone right there.
If he does have a concussion, and this is a heck of a hit. When you have a concussion, you live in the moment. You feel all right for that second, but 2 seconds later, you forget what happened 5 seconds ago.
The one that I had.
So you're living in the moment every 2-3 seconds.
To support what you're saying, the one that I did have that I know about, hours after the game, I became violently ill. You know, but I kept playing. You think you're okay.
Yeah.
You're going with it, and all of a sudden get home and get in bed, and it's over.
More concussion memories from my two partners here.
I got hit. Remember Mike Singletary?
Prior to the snap, false start, 72 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
That's a backup guard, Brian Rhodes. So after the timeout, they misfire, and that'll back up Rom and come to it. More the study and confessions here.
I got hit by Singletary. Mike Singletary was a great linebacker, Hall of Fame, right? Chicago Bears.
Yeah, of course.
Baylor Bears at the time. He hit me so hard it spun me around into the fullback, whose knee hit me in the head.
On 2nd and 15, Stripling trying to break out, get some of the yardage back.
The old knee to the head.
Needed. You know,
I got one of those against Rutgers once and got a nice concussion.
Against Rutgers?
Yes. We were at Rutgers. I was diving at the end of a run, and a guy running by caught me with a knee in the temple. And this looks like I have a concussion. Play at West Virginia. That was a common look there.
That's what they called the sack. They go back to 84. That was a big play.
Was it Rich's sack?
No, Rodriguez was not involved in that sack. He was on that team, though, that year.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of success moving the ball against West Virginia. We had them beat my senior year and blew it at the end.
And Matt Smith came up with that famous play in West Virginia history against Flutie. It's a short catch by Patrick Carter, the senior, his first of the night. Lewis on the stop.
And again, this West Virginia defense just keeps making plays. You know, this is an offense that has come in here, and if their defense was weak, we expected to see some production out of the offense.
Louisville forced to punt. Cardinals have just 232 total offense mid-third quarter. Boy, Rivers living dangerously, makes the catch, takes a hit, and gets slung down at the 35. Nice return. Risky but nice. Mountaineers up by 17, back on offense, 5:11 to play in the third quarter. We'll see if White comes back in or if we'll see the backup Jared Brown.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Rogue. With our intuitive all-wheel drive system that reacts to the road in 1/10 of a second. And a fuel-efficient 27 miles per gallon. It's a whole new crossover from Nissan. The all-new Nissan Rogue. Game on.
Think it's time I told my little bro my rules to live by.
Rules.
Chop.
Always get chili on your nachos Bel Grande.
A Taco Bell classic, now topped with chili. New chili cheese nachos Bel Grande, only at Taco Bell.
Fred Claus is a great film that both adults and kids can enjoy.
Aye, Captain.
It's pure holiday magic.
Get in here!
Vince Vaughn, Paul Giamatti, Fred Claus, rated PG, starts November 9th.
Claim your $100 cash reward from Security Bank. Get up to $100 cash and a free gift when you open a new totally free checking account. Reward yourself and reap the benefits of banking with us, like the personal freedom of debit card purchases, free online bill pay, and your choice of free checking accounts. So claim your $100 cash reward, get a free gift, and enjoy totally free checking at Security Bank in Brunswick and St. Simons. Security Bank, that's my bank.
Attention automotive shoppers. If you have had trouble in the past financing a new or pre-owned vehicle or have been waiting for the right time to obtain financing, now is the time. Call 904-225-FORD. Paul Clark Ford Mercury can help. Call now or come into our sales department today for a credit approval interview. Call 904-225-FORD now. First-time buyers, bankruptcies, repos, bad credit, no problem. Don't delay. Call now or come into our sales department today for a credit approval interview. It's that easy. All applications accepted at Paul Clark Ford Mercury in Yulee.
This game being broadcast on ESPN HD, presented by Pioneer Kuro. Pat White seems to have convinced the training staff that he doesn't have a concussion, is okay. He's back in the football game as the Mountaineers take over, up 17, midway third quarter. This is Slayton. Fumbles again, ball picked up in midair. Now there's a scrum. All of a sudden, fumbleitis for West Virginia. This would be First fumble to Slayton that counts. There's no way a replay is going to reverse this one, and it is Louisville football. Deion Palmer on the recovery. LT Walker.
Another great opportunity for Louisville to get back in this ball game, down 17. Again, they're in an I formation now. They're getting the ball in Slayton's hands more out of the eye, but the hit comes, the ball pops right up.
You know what? This is where you have to really be smart as a ball carrier and know that you've got to protect the football with your shoulder pads, get them down to the Palmer coming in to hit him. Don't look for the home run every time. Sometimes you got to run through it, get the pads down lower.
Might he be thinking about last year and not doing something
not
differently?
on his mind. That guy's just boom. Got to get his pads down. Quit looking for the big play.
This is Stripling. Cardinals offense needs a big play here. That's a nice king on first down on the ground for a change. 6 yards. Stopped by number 6, Antonio Lewis. Clock at all a factor. I know down 17 third quarter, but keep in mind it's tough to stop West Virginia. I think a little urgency would be a little up tempo, maybe.
Little up tempo, but they still have plenty of time. West Virginia's not a team that usually eats up the clock. They have the big 40-yard runs, 30-yard runs, when they do move the football. So you will get the ball back if you can stop it.
There's that tight end. That's a favorite target right there.
Brom looks left side, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Scott Kuhn, the other tight end.
West Virginia just dropping off in coverage, 2, 3-man rush at the most a lot of times, and Brom has nowhere to go with the football.
Well, this offense, a little bit of a change from what they ran with Petrino. They use the backs and the tight ends a lot more. There's a lot of underneath stuff, a lot of crossing stuff, and West Virginia's been pretty good on that stuff.
Well, they try to stay in the zone as much as they can because Louisville's receivers are excellent at scraping and rubbing by each other.
Also known as a pick.
Well, freeing up their partner.
Crucial play on 3rd and 6. Brom pressure, gets it away, complete. Down near the 21-yard line is Harry Douglas. Just before pressure, he got rid of that football. Magro was there, but Douglas, a big catch.
We talked about Harry Douglas, and now that he's healthy, how much he means to this offense, and being able to stretch and get the ball down the field. Brian Brom moving his feet just enough to buy that extra half second to get the ball down the field.
And Magro coming around the edge again on just the 3-man rush, getting the hit on the quarterback.
Now Harry Douglas closing in on a 1,000-yard receiving year despite missing a couple of ball games with injury. Brom on the screen, it's Stripling. Has some blocks and picks up about 9 as we check in with Reese Davis for a 30 at 30 update.
All right, Chris, O.J. Simpson at a hearing to see whether he and 2 co-defendants charged with robbery, kidnapping, and other offenses will have to stand trial. During that hearing, one of the memorabilia dealers who allegedly was robbed by Simpson testified that O.J. Simpson and some other men burst into a hotel room wielding a gun and demanded property. More details coming on SportsCenter after the game. Stay current with ESPN News.
Reese, thank you. 2nd and 1 now at the 13. It's Stripling. Straight ahead. Hammers inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. First kneeled on the stop.
Very smart. You've had some plays where you've tried to run on the left side and no success. So that time the ball carrier played a little bit more up the middle. He got in there in that 0 hole right behind the center. Didn't hurt 0 hole in a while, have you?
0.
I love it when you guys talk technical. 0 hole right behind the center.
0 is right up the middle. 2, 4, 6, 8 out to the right, starting inside out. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 out to the left.
You know what? Football guys just kind of need that consistency, don't we? Regardless of the team.
Until I went to Chicago and evens were left and odds were right.
Figure that out.
I don't know.
Shotgun on 1st and goal. Now a little zone read look there. Now Stripling has become the featured back. A little page from West Virginia's playbook, huh?
A little chop.
I don't know how much reading he was doing. I don't think Brown was going to keep it. That was pretty much just a hand up.
Looked like a zone.
Read. Well, if you're going to throw the screen passes to him, you got to have him in there when you're running the ball, too. He's becoming the every down back.
Not much of a productive play on 1st down. 2nd and goal from the 7. Very good red zone team because Braun is so sharp down here, putting the ball in tight spaces. In motion, Douglas to the right, whistle before the play. It'll be An illegal procedure to move it back 5.
Prior to the snap, false start, 81 on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, the face says it all. It's a grimace from Cragthorpe. Scott Kuhn, the tight end, guilty of the penalty.
Charlie Stubbs, very aggressive in the red zone on first downs, throwing the ball. And with Brom as accurate as he is, the play action.
Especially down here, play action can freeze linebackers in the zone. You get the tight end down through the middle.
Oh, jumped again.
Wow.
Which they've already done today, getting the tight end down the middle.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 81 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
You think 2nd and 17 is a little different from 2nd and 7?
That's a senior. That'll get you a personnel group change, won't it?
Okay.
Yeah, send him out there, Coach. You can regroup mentally, Scott, while we try to somehow punch this in the end zone.
They just wanted more space to work with.
Yeah. Okay. Rudy in the ball game now. Still 2nd and goal. Braun flips it, incomplete. He was trying to find Stripling across the middle, threw it behind him. Because of this guy, they had been a really efficient red zone team. They scored touchdowns 73% of the time in the red zone. That's a top 10 in the country stat. Not quite as good as West Virginia, which is number 1 in the conference, but pretty good.
Well, now you just don't want to make that mistake and try to force it into the end zone and get the ball picked off. You need to come out with at least 3 here.
There's Harry Douglas right there. He's got to shake, bake, and get to the middle.
Ron, well protected, fires into the air, intercepted. A flag is down. Antonio Lewis knocked it free. And Langster weaving his way into the secondary. Ellis Langster.
Great effort.
Finally going to be tackled at the 15-yard line. Again, a flag, 2 of them, way back in the end zone. Brom hustling down to make the tackle.
Great effort by Brom to make the tackle, but it's almost like just a fun thing. Let's watch him finish this out because we know it's coming back.
Well, that was Harry Douglas to the middle. You know what? Try to find a way to get him to shake and get open. He's the big play guy.
It's going to come back.
In that situation, you can't force the ball or force the issue. Take what they give you. If you have to kick the 3, you're going to need 3 scores anyway.
Pass interference, number 21 on the defense. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
It's a huge turnaround. Nullifies the pick in the long run back by Langster.
Well, watch Brom at the very end. This is a great effort, individual effort to come in and make the tackle, and then his teammates, they come over and they
little stiff arm in the face.
But the sideline's cracking up.
Yeah, I think they can smile if they know it's coming back. That would have been a disastrous play. Would have ended the hopes for the Cardinals.
What a turn of events, though, to get the pass interference and the first down after having a couple of procedure penalties.
Mountaineers will spend a timeout on defense. Their first of the half. Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Once again, our aerial coverage provided to you by Goodyear. Football's rough. Your commute shouldn't be. So get there on Goodyear Silent Armor technology. That was a long commute for Brom. They take a timeout on defense. Maybe it helps the quarterback catch his wind.
Bring the oxygen bottle to the huddle over there on the sideline. Everybody's got a head on the swivel. That used to be the craziest
play in the game. That's the farthest Brom's run in his life.
Seriously, man, interception and you're on offense. You want to make the tackle, but you better have your head on a swivel. Absolutely. I was always the angle guy.
That was me. Last line of defense, taking the angle. How about the offensive linemen that got to turn around and run 60? They stopped chasing. Now, a lot of them saw the flag and stopped chasing.
Brown, though, has to do his duty, even though I think he thinks that the pick is going to come back. Gets a stiff arm and then gets hit by a Mountaineer while he's making the tackle. That was a pass interference on 3rd and 17. Sets him up on 1st and goal. And Bolin hammering into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville. You've had all kinds of turnovers, would-be turnovers, wiped out by reviews, by penalties. Castile's defense gives up the touchdown. Fumble recovery there by the Cardinals. Deion Palmer setting it up. And Slayton, who had a fumble earlier in the evening, reversed by replay, does make that costly turnover. All of a sudden, as Carmody was automatic, it's a 10-point game. Still a ball game, final minute of the quarter. Our ESPNU All-State standings. BCS, I presume.
Well, or Cardinal. You know, Cardinal's got a little.
Now we're going to see the BCS.
There we go.
West Virginia been number 7 for a while. Since October 21st, teams have kind of jumped around, gone behind them, come ahead of them. What do you think, guys? If West Virginia can get out of here with a win, they're a big favorite coming in. Louisville's lost some respect. Is this going to be enough to create the style points that voters look for when you compare all these one-loss teams?
Well, you got that. You got Kansas and Missouri are going to have to play each other. LSU's got to go all the way through an SEC championship game. There's some other losses that can happen.
Sure. That
help West Virginia.
They've got a lot of stuff that needs to happen for them to jump up there that far, because the Kansas and Missouri, then they get, you know, to play Oklahoma, and so there are a lot of teams
2 out of 3 there.
Well, I don't know. Not that much. I mean, the Big 12 teams could cancel each other out.
Absolutely.
Don't you think one of the Big 12 teams, though, is going to come out standing strong?
But why would West Virginia not be able to make a strong case against the other teams that have one loss? We'll talk more about that as the 4th quarter unfolds. In the meantime, Mountaineers will go back on offense, up 10. Good coverage by the Cardinals. Devine, a short return. If you check back with Aaron Andrews and more on Steve Slayton, who just fumbled a little while ago.
Well, Chris, Doug was saying, you know, he wondered if last year's fumbles against Louisville was on his mind. I can tell you I was watching him for a while on the sidelines. Not only did he change his gloves, but his older brother Charles came all the way down from his seat up to the wall, called for Steve Slayton. One of his teammates pulled him over to the wall, and his brother screamed at him, "Get your head in the game. Stay focused." Slayton gave him the thumbs up. He's back out there on the field, Chris.
Brother giving advice coming down there. I mean, did he need a brother to say that?
He should know himself, but sometimes you got to hear it from somebody else.
Pass over the head of Jock Sanders on 1st down.
I think, as much as anything, that Slayton's head's not in it because he didn't have a lot of carries in the first half. He's just not going.
Exactly. He hasn't broken that run yet to get himself going. He had one called back that he looked pretty good on, but hasn't had a chance to get the ball in the open field. And it gets frustrating as a running back.
Plus, he got hit pretty good on the play that he fumbled. It wasn't a careless fumble. He got hammered. Well, Devine is the back, and he's got the ball. Set up a 3rd medium yardage.
One thing that you can say about Louisville, Steve Crackthorpe came in here. He had to take over for a coach. Brought in some new coaches, had 4 that were holdovers, and he had to really work to find the players that would play for him, you know, that would come out and
he's
get
still
in
trying
position.
to do that, isn't he?
He's still working. It's you know, a lot of work that he's had to do. More work than people would have thought. The casual fan assumed Louisville was just a layup job.
Pump fake from White. Now he fires back on the far side. Catch made. Speeding away is Jock Sanders. Now he drops the football. Comes back and gets it. 23 yards. And Sanders, another true freshman, another Floridian that Rodriguez and staff have recruited up to Morgantown. And what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. He's got speed too, number 9.
Smaller the number, the faster you are.
White wants to go to the left. He confuses himself, comes late. I don't know if this was designed to be a choice or a double screen where he just set up with the pump fake.
Covered on the left side, went back right.
You can see that was no fumble. The ground caused it. So 15 minutes to play. West Virginia sitting on a 10-point lead. Will have the ball in Louisville territory when the 4th quarter begins.
The
49ers battle the Seahawks at 8:30 on ESPN Monday Night Football.
You don't want to be LeBron James. I am just one man. I still have a lot of work to do, much more to learn, to be as good as I can be. But I do see the light, and it is up to me to go and get it. I am LeBron James. You don't want to be me. You want to be better than me.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Rogue with an intelligent key that never has to leave your pocket. And a hands-free Bluetooth phone system. It's a whole new crossover from Nissan. The all-new Nissan Rogue. Game on.
What are you doing?
Making a call.
To who?
Allstate.
You want to think about that?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Idiot.
It's amazing what we can do.
This is Mike and Mike in the morning.
Can't believe we've run out of time.
Will we keep going?
You need more than an HD TV to experience all this in high definition. You must have ESPN HD, ESPN2 HD, and ABC HD. The only way to get them is by upgrading your cable or satellite service to include high definition. Olivia is an official sponsor of ESPN HD, ESPN2 HD, and ABC HD.
Buy 3, get 1 free, huh?
Yep.
So how much you jacking up the price of the 3 tires to make the 4th tire look free? I gotta ask.
We guarantee the lowest price on every tire we sell.
What's the cost of the 4th tire? Come on.
Buy 3 tires at Pep Boys and the 4th one's free. Any brand, any size, for any vehicle. It's almost too good to be true.
So it's free?
Free.
Why does it only say free then, Jack?
Buy 3 and get the 4th tire free at Pep Boys.
Sale ends December 1st.
Why you always get the first?
Because I have the higher point.
Hey. It's Bobby Bond. I'm gonna touch him.
Now would be a good time to have accident forgiveness. Part of Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance. Are you in good hands? With 2 races to decide it all, Jimmy Johnson is on the brink of back-to-back titles. Now, the pressure is on Jeff Gordon to strike back in his drive for a 5th NASCAR crown. The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series, Sunday at 3 on ABC.
Coming up on SportsCenter, the Buckeyes will play LSU in the BCS title game. Fact or fiction? Hear why LT is not the best running back in the NFL, plus why things will be different in round 2 of the Cowboys-Giants. SportsCenter coming up next.
Start of the 4th quarter. Mountaineers in the unfamiliar all bright gold uniforms for the first time ever here at home. Ball at the 49. First down as we begin the final 15 minutes. Reverse fumbled. Reynaud goes back and picks it up. Stays alive, and Darius Reynaud, well, a flag is down, by the way. He erased some of the damage done as they start the 4th quarter with a trick play and just dropped the football. And Rodriguez confused all of a sudden. These guys can't hold on to it.
If that was a clean exchange, he was around the corner and gone. They still would have been called back for a penalty there.
Handing the ball off to the stomach.
Holding number 73 on the offense.
Tough.
Penalties declined. It will be 2nd down.
You always say, you tell me that reverse should be read differently. Pitch the ball to him, right?
Well, he does. It's a dead air, and that's what I was going to say. Either way you go with it, it's not easy. And you try to practice at full speed, but it's never full speed. I mean, it's hard.
I agree with you that pitching the ball is a lot easier than a full speed handoff.
Oh, yeah.
They lose 7 yards. White on the run, fires incomplete. Reynaud was in traffic and had no chance to make that play. LD Scott was chasing White. That's a smile on his face.
Well, Slayton was trying to run a wheel route up the sideline, and John Russell just had him covered like a blanket and made Pat White pull it down and look elsewhere.
You can see, guys, that they've had to throw so rarely in the fourth quarter of games with the lead. White just 1 of 3 for 16 yards passing. Of course, he was knocked out of that one loss this year at USF. Didn't play the fourth quarter of that game. Well, Devine comes into the ball game and goes in the slot. 5 receivers in the pattern as White looks downfield. Caught at the 15. Now they say incomplete. Incomplete. Tito Gonzalez thought he caught it. Johnny Patrick defending him.
You know, and look, receivers all year, we've seen them pushing off. Lays out. Oh, no. Ground. Never had possession. Never. Do you agree? Never had total control.
Well, he had his hands on the ball, and the ball touched the ground as he was trying to pull it in. So from the get-go, even if he hangs on to it at the end, it's going to be an incomplete pass because the ball touches the ground right there.
Right there.
Not quite controlled with the hands before the ball hits the ground. McAfee averaging 46 yards punting tonight. He's been taking 2 steps to the right, booting it rugby style, does it again. You only have to cover basically half the field, but you can do that.
Oh, not even. You put him into a corner of the field.
Louisville will take over inside their 20-yard line as we check back with Reese Davis in the studio.
Chris, I got to tell you, I think it's no big surprise. This week's AT&T ESPN All-America Player of the Week, Darren McFadden of Arkansas, tied an SEC record with 321 yards rushing against South Carolina. You can get in on the action every week. Text the word VOTE to 87654 on your AT&T wireless phones. You can vote for the ESPN All-America Player of the Week.
Reese, thank you. D-Mac jumping back in the Heisman race with that performance. Brom to Stripling. He drops the screen pass attempt. McFadden against the Volunteers this Saturday, by the way. Can he do it?
I talked to him on the phone on Monday and asked him about the 300-yard game and said, how'd that feel? And he said, man, it was weird. You know, you just don't feel like you're. I never 300 yards in the SEC. And, you know, now it's one of those games where they got to come back, reload. Does he have anything in the gas tank left over?
There's going to be teams like Georgia and Florida in the SEC East rooting that they knock off Tennessee. Vols control their destiny.
He's got a little story about the gas tank, don't you?
Offensive coordinator there at Arkansas came in, had a half a tank of gas and said, you got any left in yours? We got a half a tank here.
Brought to the meeting room, right?
Yeah. How about that?
Motivational play. Brom on 2nd and 10. Fires. A diving interception attempt. It's incomplete. Thrown behind Patrick Carter. Quentin Andrews, the safety, was in the neighborhood.
Last week, this 300. I'm serious. Doug, we've watched a lot of football, and even in a Pee-wee game, have you ever seen 300-something yards?
No, you got the amazing thing about McFadden throughout the year, though. He's thrown a handful of touchdown passes as well. You know, when you start talking Heisman, there's a lot of other things that he does for this team.
He threw a touchdown pass in that game.
In that game, how about rushing for over 300 and throwing a touchdown as well?
I think he is college football's most outstanding player.
3rd and 10. Cardinals just 2 of 10 on 3rd down tonight. They rush forward. Brom has time. Fires over the middle. In and out of the hands. Douglas appeared to be able to make the catch. Ryan Mundy and Boogie Allen in the neighborhood. Douglas was rocked. That's a crucial drop.
Boy, it looked like Douglas was just waiting to get hit there and looking to catch the ball as quickly as possible and get down. And Mundy just laid a blow on him.
Walking off, kind of favoring that right arm. Remember, it was a Douglas fumble earlier in the game that set up a West Virginia touchdown. Rivers ducking down into Louisville territory. And the Mountaineers will start this possession in plus territory, up by 10. 13:45 to play.
Welcome back to the much-anticipated matchup between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. Let's go down to the field and get a real quick report from Meg Shipley. Meg?
The Eagles are hoping their potent offense can penetrate the Bulldogs' #3 ranked defense. Now, I believe we're seeing some parachutes coming down. Mike, are you seeing this from up there?
Absolutely, Meg, and I have no explanation for what's going on right now, but cows are parachuting onto the field. 2 cows have landed on the field now. Now there's a 3rd cow headed for the stands. It's actually headed right towards a burger. Look out! Oh, my. The burger vendor is down. That's going on the highlight reel.
A winner each day at 40winners.com.
Tomorrow comes the most exciting movie of the year. Lions for Lambs is an astounding political thriller you won't be able to turn away. Lions for Lambs, rated R, worldwide tomorrow.
With Dell and Windows Vista Ultimate, you can organize your digital music, movies, and photos, and record and watch your favorite HD TV shows. The new Dell XPS M1330, designed for performance with Windows Vista Ultimate. Dell, yours is here.
Circuit City's Drive to 65 is going on now. We're grand opening 65 new stores nationwide. And to celebrate, we're giving away a Mazda CX-9 every single day for 30 days, plus other incredible prizes. Ask a Circuit City expert for a game piece today for your chance to win a new 7-passenger Mazda CX-9. Winner of the 2008 Motor Trend Sport Utility of the Year Award. And right now at Circuit City, get no interest for 24 months on TVs $4.99 and up with a Circuit City credit card. Don't miss Circuit City's Drive to 65.
One man will master time to become the ultimate weapon. Time Shift. Available now. Rated mature.
Coming up on Thursday night, we'll pack up the wagons, head out west to the state of Arizona, Tucson, a week from tonight, as the high-flying Oregon Ducks come to town. Heisman frontrunner Dennis Dixon. See if the Ducks can dodge the upset in Tucson. Then USC travels to Tempe to take on the Sun Devils on Thanksgiving. Could be high stakes, certainly for Arizona State in that game. Just the 1 loss on the season so far. It'd be fun to head out west. Beautiful weather.
Front running Dixon, huh?
I think so. He's front runner of the straw polls right now. It's not my opinion. That's the consensus. Is Slayton has a short gain out the left side. You don't think he's the front runner for the Heisman?
Oh, I'd say he's neck and neck.
He got a
McFadden.
lot of attention last weekend. A lot of attention. I think people just all of a sudden got exposed to him and said, hey,
for Dixon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the stats are not going to be always so sparkling. He runs the offense and is such a valuable part of that team. And as long as Oregon doesn't lose, Dixon will be in the conversation for sure. Here's Slayton, still waiting to bust one.
Looks like he's a little cautious there, Craig, running the football.
Yeah, now you get a little cautious with it, but got to keep running. And as a runner, to get the big play, you've got to run past the arm tackle, and it'll break for you.
Slayton came in, needing 175 for 1,000 yards in the season, which seemed attainable against this Louisville defense. Instead, held to just 55 yards, averaging 3.4 per carry. That's it. 3rd and 6. White fires short. Being wrestled down short of the first down is Raynaud. There is Raynaud, 7th catch of the night. Mountaineers lobbying to go for it, and it looks like they have sent Schmidt into the ball game.
Yeah, I think you go I formation here or some sort like that with Schmidt.
Really? Fourth and 2. Yeah. If you don't make it, Louisville's got great field position. A bit of a gamble here from Rodriguez. And now they're going to pooch punt it. It's Owen Schmidt, the fullback, who's going to get the ball. He's the pooch punter. And that's...
Oh, he missed it.
Wow. Yeah, a little wrinkle. They looked like they were going to go for it, which I thought was a lot of character for Rodriguez. That's the 3rd punt of the year for Schmidt, and that's not one for the time capsule.
You got to understand why we're laughing. We really like this guy. He's a great guy. And he's a character and a comedian. I would give anything to be in that locker room to listen to grief this guy's going to take.
He's peeking to see if maybe he can run for an easy first down.
The guy,
he had his head up.
Power clean, 525 pounds, and he can't kick a. How much does the ball weigh?
But he doesn't look like a punter, does he?
No.
Is that a punter?
Oh. That's a 9-yard punt by the big fella.
Oh, is he going to take some heat?
He said,
whoa.
Easy.
Well, you did say this guy had a steel forehead at one time, didn't you?
Dude, it's a helmet. So Brom right back to work after the 9-yard punt, and Harry Douglas.
We're going to have to get another look at that. That was... Hang on.
Easy on the helmet. Easy on the helmet.
Yeah, you might have to buy a new one.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Huh?
You know what?
We've talked about concussions tonight. That's a potential self-concussion. That's not soft. You got a look on your face, Craig.
I'm like, what did I just see?
All right, first down now, Louisville in a 10-point game. Still in this thing as Brom steps up. Fights off the sack, finds a man across the middle, and it's Urrutia. Mario Urrutia, welcome back to the offense. His second catch, and they're set up at the 26.
Boy, the rush from the pressure from the outside forcing Brom to step up in the pocket. But you can even see Urrutia, he just doesn't have quite that push with his legs, does he? His toes.
Not the explosiveness that you're used to seeing out of him. Especially after the catch there. He might have split those two safeties.
And with 28 yards on that play, and Louisville very much in this ball game.
Big play.
The crowd had kind of gotten comfortable with the Mountaineers themselves. It's Stripling out of the backfield. Brom fires low and incomplete. He was trying to find Scott Long.
The key to a potential comeback here is pass protection. I mean, with the three-man rush, West Virginia has gotten pressure on Brom. When he has a chance to step up or hold on to the ball, he's making plays up the field, and it really looks easy for him.
We'll see if the little direct snap to Schmidt and the pooch punt backfires here. It really gave Louisville good field position instead of pinning him down inside the 10 or 15-yard line with the conventional punt. Giving the Cardinals a chance. And Brom trying to make a pay. Looking for the end zone. A flag. It's going to be interference. Trent Guy was working on Ellis Langster, and Langster clearly shoved him.
He extended his left arm, gave him a shove, knocked the receiver off balance. The ball was going to be incomplete anyway there, Craig.
You saw where the pressure was coming from, didn't you? Wide side of the field, right side.
I seen it.
You seen that. Go left.
Pass interference. Number 24 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. First down.
Guy, the speedster, sent deep.
You know, here, even, fine, push offense. We see it all the time, man. The offensive guys, the receivers, how many times have we seen it? They're pushing DBs off.
It's a one-way street, baby, and the quarterback loves it.
Oh, come on. That's actually, clearly defensive pass interference.
But,
clearly.
But what he's saying is the same type of push by a receiver would not get called, and there's a good chance it would.
That ball was catchable.
Actually, it was. I was wrong. I thought the ball landed out of bounds.
Two tight ends, play action on first down. Brom for the end zone, jump ball, touchdown, Urrutia. So the 6'6" receiver collects just his third touchdown of the season, and all of a sudden, the Cardinals a conversion away from making this a three-point ball game.
How quiet is it here right now?
Not on the Louisville sideline. This crowd, I think, was kind of lulled to sleep. They thought the lead was pretty comfy.
Good. That's pressure on the right side. The corner's got to keep coming through the quarterback. Nice catch.
Cardinal rule is a pass rusher when you're going at the quarterback. Do not leave your feet. Continue to run through the quarterback.
They pick on Ellis Langster. He's guilty of the interference. And then beaten by Urrutia on the touchdown. Art Carmody.
Go ahead, bring it.
Can you have a Cardinal rule against the Cardinal?
Oh, okay, that was a curveball. Yeah, I guess so.
Rodriguez knows his team's kind of had a lapse in concentration, dropping the football. The little pooch punt misfires. It's a dangerous thing when you're in a close game with Brian Brom on the other side, and Brom now over 300 yards.
He just keeps plugging away. Just takes his completions, moving the football. they're turning into track. It's the mistakes by West Virginia that are keeping them alive.
This was a 17-point game not too long ago, and now the Mountaineers back on the field up 3. Sports Center coming up after the game. We'll also give a pep talk to the Cowboys, who host undefeated Kansas this Saturday. Another hoop upset. Louisville fans were thrilled by what happened to arch rival Kentucky on the hardwoods of Rupp. A stunning loss to Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, and do you think Coach Holtz, when he talks about Oak State, will talk about that 40-year-old man?
He did a little Mike Gundy impression. He had that orange shirt on.
Did he?
If you want to tune away for some reason from this 3-point game, you won't see Sports Center and ESPN News, but we invite you to lock in because 10.5 to play, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point ball game involving the number 7 team in the country. Flannery to kick off. And it's Devine with a chance. Noah Devine spins free. And quite escaped the tackle there. There's Smith.
Well, I'll give you an adjustment I'd make. I'd get back to Pat White moving and running with the football. You know what? They've tried to lather up and get Slayton in the game. Pat White in the first quarter was the guy. On the edges, running the ball. Got to go back to Pat White.
Go back to your original, spread him out and let him make his decisions with the ball and see where it ends up.
Yep.
White, 14 of 22. Those 2 touchdowns were early in the game to Darius Raynaud. They haven't been nearly as effective throwing the ball since the first quarter. It's a first down run. On the sweep, Pat White bumps into a blocker, which kept him from making a bigger gain. Buchanan there on the stop after about 9 yards.
He had a lot of room there on the cutback up through the middle of the field. Runs into one of his own guys and gets caught from behind.
Well, all day he's had a day. You know what? His legs, his vision, his tenacity, and then out on the outside, the pressure of the run opens up the secondary, and he easily throws it for the touchdowns.
He also got popped to a bone, and there was some concern that might have resulted in an injury. White back in there.
So is the punter.
Yeah. Punter, tight end, and fullback Schmidt is to the right of White. Quarterback keeper again, and it'll be a first down across the 40. Mar Miles involved in a little fracas there. Pretty clear evidence that his jersey was grabbed.
You think? No holding on that play. No, I just had an itch. I pulled it down.
So 2 runs by White, and the Mountaineers move the chains. Slayton back in the ballgame in the slot to the left of the formation. They're running right. White cuts it back. Very simple attack. They've gone back to what they were using early in this game. Miles with the stop.
Well, 35, Owen Schmidt, not a bad guy to run behind, but I'm not sure that you want to have the big fella try to get some extension with the foot. But then he came right back in. And you know what? He hits his head, gets his game back in place. That's unbelievable.
That's on a love tap with that hard plastic helmet on a cold night.
He didn't hold back.
White again. 4 plays on this drive, 4 runs by the quarterback. He crosses midfield. I think he'll be just short of the first down.
Somebody down there is listening to you, Craig.
Well, it worked early.
It's,
pretty simple, pretty tough to stop, huh?
It's tough to stop because it's an extra player on the field to block. When the quarterback is running, especially out of this formation, it's like being a tailback with Schmidt as the fullback. And you can block everybody.
3rd and short now. And it's White getting the corner. White, first down and more. This game got close, and Rodriguez gets back to basics, running number 5.
Well, number 5 also makes great decisions at the line of scrimmage. Coach Rod says that what he does here, you're going to see what he had it over here, and there was the fullback, so he says, jump over here, let's get the numbers in our favor. That's why he went left and went to the left side of the field.
But still, they miss a block, and they have unblocked people, and he just uses quickness to get to the outside.
He just went right around Miles. You're right, he would sniff that play.
You know.
5 straight runs for the quarterback. Make it 6.
Is it time for the Tebow, though? The tuck under, the duck in, and pull back? And
didn't like he was going to do it there, did it?
It sure did.
Well, it's a gut check for Pat White and this offense that kind of went to sleep.
He's breathing high. Coach, can we call somebody else's number?
You know, Steve can run the ball a little bit there, Coach.
You said he's only 186 pounds. Tough guy. Has played through various injuries this year, but taken a lot of hits tonight. He's carried it 21 times. It's time to give it off to the punter. And Schmidt stopped for a loss. Miles on the tackle.
Shouldn't he be going a little more north and south?
That would be the preferred run for a 260-pounder, I think. Yes.
Yeah, that might have been just a design play to give Pat White a breather.
How do you get the ball to number 10, though? Hey, now it's 3rd down and long.
How many punters have a 36-inch vertical when they're 260 pounds?
He claims to have a 36-inch vertical, doesn't he? He's like, boy, a 600-pound squat guy.
It's possible.
That's good hops for 260.
At the game clock, 6 minutes, 31 seconds.
But again, it's a crucial 3rd down play. They need 6 yards.
This Louisville defense, this Louisville football team has played with a lot of character here tonight.
Now, will they go for it, you think, Craig, if they don't get it here?
I don't think they can risk giving a short field again. I think you punt the football and you play defense and make them go a long distance with the clock where it is, particularly down just up by 3.
All right, if that's true, that raises the stakes on this 3rd down play. Slayton in the slot. 5 receivers for White. Almost intercepted. Boy, he tried to force that ball into traffic. John Russell was defending Jala. Shaky decision there, and it'll be 4th down.
Great job by Russell, putting his foot in the ground and closing on the ball. It actually appeared to me like the receiver was going to be open, but the closing speed or reaction of looking at the quarterback, seeing the ball thrown, excellent job.
No wrinkle here. The regular punter, McAfee, will try to pin Louisville back, but Braum will get the football back. Down 3, different formation as they go real wide. So rugby punt, McAfee, nice job. Just like a sandwich, stops it at the 8-yard line. So, punt forces Louisville back at the 10-yard line. Schmidt and the offense will watch the defense take the field as Braum goes back out there down by only 3, 6:11 to play.
You're having the little plastic dinners again?
Oh, jeez.
Woo, you go all out, huh? Of course, it ain't my business.
Well, what do you know about it?
I know about Applebee's new Steakhouse Classics. You choose from 3 of their best steaks, any 2 sides, plus a topping. It's the flavors that bring people together.
You know, you're really helpful. In a creepy, scary kind of way.
I do what I can. Applebee's. Get it together, baby.
The next time you want a clean, comfortable shave, change heads.
Wow. There's a good-looking face. Hey, guys.
Introducing the Remington Clean Exchange, the only electric shaver featuring a disposable head you never have to clean, and 2 nano silver foils that reduce irritation. The Remington Clean Exchange.
Honey.
Want a better shave? Change heads. Clean Exchange from Remington. First name in shaving.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Do they follow you everywhere?
Yeah, they do.
Looks like Matt Kenseth is thinking 5 barbecues for $5.95. That's right, the barbecue is back. Arby's signature roast beef smothered in our own special barbecue sauce served on a toasted sesame seed bun. At 5 for just $5.95, they'll have you saying,
I'm thinking Arby's.
Don't forget, Arby's is open late.
Jorge.
Yeah?
What's up with your hat?
What's wrong with my hat?
It looks like a ball player's hat. I mean, it looks all brand new, you know?
Just come out of the box, huh? I'm a catcher, man. I never had to wear that thing.
Oh, stiff. Man, you gotta break his in. Wally, it's not what you think.
Brought to you by Yamaha, makers of the Big Bear ATV.
ESPN's College Football Primetime is presented by Applebee's. Together is good. And in part by Clean Exchange, the only electric shaver with a disposable head. Clean Exchange, new from Remington.
Well, the Mountain Man and this all-gold crowd, the all-gold favorites, number 7 in the BCS, have to hang on. They had a 17-point lead on Louisville. The Cardinals have scored in 2 of their last 3 possessions. They're a long way from the end zone, but Brom has been sharp after halftime. Steps up, fires over the middle, looking for Douglas on the carry. It's intercepted. Eric Wicks, another big play. Off the hands of Douglas, and Wicks, who had the scoop and score fumble return, comes up with a huge interception near midfield.
When you talk to Jeff Castile about the defense in the secondary, he says there's one guy that has to show up for us week in and week out, and it's Eric Wicks. He's always around the football, making plays. You're talking about picking a team up. Old Mo had gone over to the Cardinal bench, and he came back now to West Virginia.
Brom tries to squeeze it in down the middle of the field. He's got to get it over the linebacker's head, and defenders close on the ball. The ball's in the air way too long. You can't force this ball.
But that ball, it's forced. But that ball hits 2 hands of the receiver Douglas.
And Ryan Mundy, though, the safety, came over. The transfer from Michigan made a nice play to knock that ball out of Douglas's hands. And Wicks has a second big play on defense. And now Slayton tries to run downhill.
But a big part of that play is Ivy is running with him down the middle of the field and forces Brom to put a little air on the ball. It's in the air a little longer. Mundy closes on it. Yes, he could have caught the ball and pulled it down and had a great catch, but it's just a little too much traffic there.
Wicks picks for the 3rd time this year. Brom again looking for Douglas, not afraid to throw the ball in traffic, but the bad result there. Cardinals defense has to step up here. 5.5 to play. It's White in traffic, loses the football, fumble. Louisville's got it. What's going on with the Mountaineers? Another turnover.
This is the same problem that West Virginia had against South Florida earlier this season, and they just fall apart.
Another fumble by White. Maurice Mitchell on the recovery. Lamar Miles caused it. Ball security should be the #1 issue, protecting a 3-point lead in the 4th quarter. 3 lost fumbles by the Mountaineers. And now Brom and company are set up at the 37.
Great effort by the linebacker coming in. Lamar Miles, 22, attacking, playing full speed to the football.
Brom will run, slides and gets hammered near midfield. Quentin Andrews on the collision. Brom picks up a 1st down, so 6 turnovers now, 3 for each team.
See that brace, Doug? Did you ever have to wear a knee brace? You know,
I never did.
And it would get messed up in there. And
I never did, and he's either got to slide a little quicker or get a flag from an official for getting hit after he slides. I'll tell you what, people take shots. They know a quarterback is going to the ground, and they lay out to get there.
Yeah.
Clean hit there, though, didn't you think, by Andrews?
Yes, but it was borderline.
On 1st down, Brom back. Short completion. Long spinning ahead for about 4. Lewis on the coverage.
Jeff Castile's had a lot of success tonight by going after Crackthorpe's offensive line, particularly the right side. The right guard, Brian Roach, is the inexperienced player over there, and so they've really tried to attack that right side off the corner, in the middle, see if they can have any success with it here on this drive.
Pressure off the edge. Brown gets away. Flag is down as Brom is corralled after a short game. Johnny Dingle is in there pressuring him. Let's check the flag now.
That's that right side again.
It looked like Lewis coming off the corner, coming off the edge on the outside. Brom didn't see him to the last instant.
And mistakes continue.
Personal foul.
For West Virginia.
Illegal contact to the head, number 6 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. First down.
As Lewis coming on the blitz, illegal contact to the head is the call. And that'll move the ball to the 31-yard line.
Again, when you're coming in free to the quarterback, just run through the upfield shoulder of the quarterback. Don't leave your feet. Don't jump. Just go ahead and make the tackle.
Another critical penalty against the Mountaineers, and got 96 yards in penalties tonight. Pressure off the edge. Brom retreating and just throws it into the ground. Stripling was in the area, and now another flag comes in. John Holmes, who made the big play in the blitz earlier, which forced the fumble, was in again. And now it's defensive holding.
Probably on the screen back, trying to get out.
Brom was just trying to throw the ball into the ground, and they end up giving him yardage in the penalty now.
Holding, number 96 on the defense. 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. It will be first down.
Stripling is trying to get out to the screen. He gets held by the defender, so Brom has no option but to throw it away into the ground.
Those are the last two penalties. This is the shot. Boom. As Lewis went up high on the head of Brom. That cost him 15. And then the hold moves it 10 yards to the 21-yard line.
Right here. Move.
They fake the throw. Stripling. Short gain. Dingle on the stop. Boy, what a turnaround has been in this game, and a potential turnaround for the season of the Louisville Cardinals. 5-4, a big disappointment, a big underdog here tonight. West Virginia, number 7 in the BCS. And the Cardinals look to be almost done. Remember, they were down 17. There was the interception, the long return nullified with the pass interference penalty. They went in and scored again. And West Virginia has been self-destructing with turnovers in the fourth quarter. Brom, again, pressure, fires for the end zone. Just out of the reach of Carter. Patrick Carter had beaten Lancaster. Just out of his reach.
I think that answered a question for me. I'm wondering, is Steve Crackthorpe going to go for it? Is he going to be conservative here, try to make sure he gets 3 out? I think he's going for the end zone.
He's got one of the best field goal kickers in college football history. Art Carmody, the senior, is going to be the all-time career scoring leader in the NCAA before he's done. But he wants to keep Carmody on the sidelines.
Common thread on 3rd and long is pressure for West Virginia. Ivy had the pressure on the last play.
There's that tight end again.
You're thinking end zone, but don't make a mistake if you're Brom. He fires into traffic. He tried to get it to Barnage. It was broken up nicely there. J.T. Thomas, the 3rd-string linebacker, covering one of Brom's favorite targets on a critical play and making a nice play. And here is Carmody. Notice that, 56 of 69 career. He came into this game needing just 15 points to break the career NCAA scoring record. Trying to get 3 points closer. This will be a 37-yard field goal before he kicks it. A timeout. So will the guy they call Art-O-Matic for automatic tie this game with 3:10 to play? We'll find out.
Imagine yourself on the most extreme thrill ride ever. From the legendary Yamaha YFZ 450 and Raptor 700R comes the all-new Raptor 250, the lightest, nimblest sport ATV ever. Mind-blowing fun has never been more serious. From #1 in sport ATVs, Yamaha.
Honey, what do you say we invite my parents to visit for the holidays? Yes! Great. Maybe we can fix up the house some. All right. Yeah, a new vanity in the guest bathroom, a new chandelier, new area rug, and maybe we can paint the walls a nice ochre.
Oh, come on.
Okay, it doesn't have to be ochre.
Now through Monday, you can get no payments, no interest until January 2009 on store-wide purchases of $2.99 or more with your Home Depot consumer credit card.
I'm comfortable going fast. I'm comfortable in Wrangler.
Introducing Relaxed Straight Leg and Relaxed Boot Fit from Wrangler Jeans Company. Wrangler Jeans Company. New fits, new styles, great comfort.
Don't let painful arthritis flare-ups change the way you see things. With new Thermacare Arthritis Heat Wraps, you'll get 12 hours of heat for relief that lasts all day. New Thermacare Arthritis Heat Wraps, available for hand, knee, neck, and shoulder.
Communicate in less than a second with Nextel Direct Connect.
Nice work.
The largest and fastest push-to-talk network on the planet. That's getting it done at sprint speed. Visit sprint.com/Nextel.
Art Carmody has missed 4 field goals this year. He's 9 of 13. 2 of those blocked. Breakdowns in the protection. This from 37 yards to tie this football game at 31. Cardinals trying to score 17 straight points. And they get protection. The Lou Groza Award winner from 2006 is the top kicker in the country. Doesn't usually miss. So the turnover, the fumble, the third of this half by West Virginia gives Louisville life, and they cash it in.
Now you've got to wonder, West Virginia mentally, this offense, with the balls that they put on the ground, will they come out and be aggressive enough to do something with it?
Look at that, guys. Last 6 possessions, 3 turnovers, fumbles by the big guns on this offense. 2 by White, 1 by Slayton. Total of 82 yards in 6 drives.
You know, you're not going to stop that offense when they execute properly. They're good. The only way they get stopped is when they stop themselves, by putting it on the ground or having unforced penalties.
But all of a sudden, with their BCS chances, realistically, their chances at a conference championship, Connecticut can't clinch if West Virginia loses this game tonight, but Mountaineers fall in a deep hole, 2 games behind if they don't get the win. All of that stuff now riding on the next 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
This would be a rather large kickoff and kick coverage. Devine back there is tough to bring down.
Have Vaughn Rivers back there. Darius Raynaud. Devine not deep. It's unusual. Raynaud receives it at the 6-yard line. And Raynaud picks his way across the 30 up near the 35. So Brom has brought Louisville back with a big assistance from the miscues by the Mountaineer offense. Remember, this was a pass interference called to nullify the interception of the long return. They went in and scored. Cut the lead. Then the gimmicky attempt at a pooch punt from Schmidt goes 9 yards. Louisville, after an interference penalty, Urrutia catches it. And then the penalties on that last drive.
Yeah,
so here we go.
The interference was a 3rd and 17.
White, a first down throw. It's complete. Brock Sanders, a short gain forced out by Rod Council.
You saw the strategy there. No pass rush, just 4 guys at the line of scrimmage. Hold your position. Don't let Pat White outside.
Five receivers in this formation. And White will take off. Ducks ahead, gets a first down up near midfield.
Again, West Virginia's philosophy has to be just moving the chains because it's 2:20 to go, plenty of time. All you need is a field goal. Just methodically move the football and go for a game-winning field goal.
But you need your quarterback to regroup, Doug, and he's had a couple turnovers, a couple fumbles in this half. Fires complete. Sanders again, and a flag very late down in the holding zone. Wow, another crucial penalty. A hold against the Mountaineers wipes out the pass. This has been self-destruction.
Holding, number 79 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. First down.
11 penalties, 116 yards to go with the 3 second-half fumbles. Istiner, the guard.
Yeah, absolutely. He was beaten, pulled him down with him. It's a good call.
But you get a double team there. Do you really need a holding
Well, he just
penalty?
got beaten. He just pulled him down.
He knew he was getting beat. He wasn't sure where the double team was coming from or whether he was going to be there.
White fires. Going up and getting the football near midfield is Darrell Jalla.
Now that's a big-time throw and catch.
It was.
And Louisville is inviting it. I mean, they really are not going to try to put pressure on. You see the balance up front, trying to contain Pat White. What a catch going up. Good job.
Both feet in bounds. Just for good measure.
So they get 12 yards back. It's 2nd and 8. White darts up the middle. Pat White in the open field. Pat White to the house. A very poor second half for the quarterback, but he goes half the football field, 50 yards, to give West Virginia the lead. So dangerous if he gets just the tiniest crease. McAfee adds the point. 1:36 for Braun to work with. White, 181 passing and now 147 rushing.
Well, and you know what? Louisville's up there and they're trying to really play safe at the defensive line to keep this from happening. But what you have to understand is if you're standing still and Pat White starts going, you have no shot of getting an angle to catch him.
Watch the safeties. The safeties are looking to bracket receivers.
And the line. And then watch the line.
They're getting, and they get out of the picture. They're learning. They're just clearing the whole middle of the field open. Once White breaks the line of scrimmage, he's off and running.
Gets just enough of a block downfield there. That's a good job by Tito Gonzalez to clip the last man out of the play. Not clip him, but block him. And Spring White.
It is not over.
No, sir. Those folks were mad at White a little while ago for his 2 fumbles, but he redeems himself with the 50-yard touchdown run. SportsCenter to follow. The final chapter of this 3rd edition of Louisville versus West Virginia in the Big East. All 3 games have been entertaining. All 3 games have been tight. 2 years ago, a multi-overtime win by the Mountaineers as they rallied. It was the coming out party for Pat White and Slayton that night. Low kick, gets past Guy, rolls back to the 1, and he just falls down. A disastrous play for Louisville's special teams. Trent Guy, who had the punt return for a touchdown a year ago against the Mountaineers, let the ball get by him, and then went back and fell on it at the 1, slipped down there.
How many times do you hear fans and those Monday morning quarterbacks talk about not kicking the ball, dribbling it down the field, when it's right here's the example of why it works. You dribble it so they can't get a good clean catch on the ball to return it.
The old croquet, that was through the wicket there. He looked like he was looking up at the coverage team, took his eye off of it.
Ooh. Stay down on the ball, son. You know, when your shortstop, get the glove out in front, reach for the ball. Now, Braun, 99 yards away.
This is a challenge for a quarterback. Minute 34. They have 2 timeouts. Short completion to Stripling. And Ducks near first down yardage at the 11. That's a good start. Morty Ivy on the stop there.
I don't think time will be an issue on this thing. With 2 timeouts, move the chains. When stop the clock to move the chains. Don't panic.
As long as you're making first downs.
Brom on the run. Ducks under at the 17-yard line. Now the clock ticking. Do they spend a timeout here? They decide not to. That was costly. He'd been better off just throwing that ball away. Picked up 5 yards, but cost himself a lot of time. Another short completion. Stripling ducking under. He'll have a first down. The clock will stop. They move it to the 24, but only 46 seconds left now.
Yeah, that was a costly scramble there. Once he broke out, if he could have thrown the ball away or continued to out of bounds instead of getting back up the field.
My approach there was if the clock is running and you're going to save time, use a timeout.
Still working underneath. This is a short reception by Barnage. Not a first down, and they'll have to spend one of those timeouts with 31 seconds. And they're still 67 yards away from the end zone. West Virginia trying to chase Connecticut. Huskies would have been excited to see the Mountaineers take a second conference loss. UConn has to come here in a couple of weeks.
I get the feeling, though, Randy Edsel and his group, they'd like to have that opportunity, a big-time game, come up here. Spoke with Randy today, and he's got a good young football team. They believe in themselves. He's telling them not to drink the poison. Don't listen to what the students tell you. All the pats on the back. A very good football team, fundamentally there.
And a reminder again that our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Football is rough. Your commute shouldn't be. So get there in Goodyear Silent Armor technology. This old gold crowd not out of the woods yet. Only 31 seconds for Brom to work with and a long way to go. Dinking and dunking, which has been a big part of their attack, won't work now.
Yeah, get to the point where you're going to have to force one up the field somewhere. If you don't force it up the field, the best you can do is get the ball near midfield and throw one for the end zone.
Saw smiles from Pat White. He won't be pleased with himself for those 2 second-half fumbles that let Louisville back in this game, but in the end, a 50-yard touchdown run by White is the difference. Rom again, a short throw dropped by Stripling. He was thinking about getting to the sidelines after the catch. Forgot to make the catch.
If Brom has the ability to step up in the pocket the way he just did and look to one side of the field, kind of lift up for a pump fake, he may have an opportunity to make a big play downfield to the opposite side. But only if he has that opportunity to step up and move towards the line of scrimmage to make a long throw down to the opposite sideline.
That's the guy, 85, Harry Douglas, left side.
Brom again fires short to Stripling. They'll get the first down, which will stop the clock momentarily, but they're still 60 yards away.
Grounded here. Reload. 19 seconds. Yeah, he's not. He's going to try to run it up.
Brom finally will look a little bit downfield, incomplete. Douglas was sliding, couldn't come up with it, and now just 9 seconds to go.
With 9 seconds left, he still has the one timeout. That's why I say back when you got tackled, you have to use your timeouts while you know you're saving some clock. You don't want to end up with one in your pocket.
What do you know about Hail Marys?
I know
make a play at the end of the game.
But now they can still go somewhere in the middle of the field, try to get it down the field in range to throw the Hail Mary on the last play because you have a timeout.
Taking a lot of time here. Brom heaving it. Jump ball on the carom. Who's got it? Intercepted by Antonio Lewis as the final gun sounds. In the end, satisfaction for Pat White. They made it close with the mistakes and a nice rally from Louisville, but the Cardinals come up short. And that's one of the stories of 2007 as they dropped to 5-5. Still a win short of bowl eligibility. West Virginia still pursuing the conference crown and still in the hunt. Here's the final play again.
You got to have one in the middle. You got to have one behind, and then there's a trailer coming in looking for the deflection and the tip. They're in position. Louisville receivers are in the right position. They just couldn't get there.
Harry Douglas caught a Hail Mary at the end of the Kentucky game, but ended up at the 10-yard line and couldn't get in the end zone. So they do that very well, gave themselves an opportunity, falling short.
And Pat White, our Wrangler player of the game, 328 total yards, counting for 3 touchdowns. And West Virginia survives. Maybe not the style points they were looking for, but they should stay in the race and very much in the BCS or the Big East race. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Once again, Louisville and West Virginia is exciting. For Doug and Craig and Aaron, I'm Chris Fowler. Sports Center up next on ESPN. ESPN News as our post-game extra.
We were just robbed at gunpoint, man. We were just robbed at gunpoint by O.J. Simpson.
This is Sports Center.
Dallas hoping to put up another 45 against the Giants Sunday. Find out what changes the G-men have made to ensure that doesn't happen. West Virginia looking for payback from last year's loss to Louisville and a chance to keep its Big East and BCS title hopes alive. Fireworks in a Vegas courtroom today. OJ in the middle of it. Our legal expert on what it means for his legal future. And it was a night for 3 of the NBA's winless teams to get back on track. The Bulls, Wizards, and Warriors. Who stopped the bleeding? Here we go again. Welcome to Sports Center. I'm Carl Ravish. Neil Everett is another New England team set to win a championship. Good one tonight. Pistons and winless Bulls, plus the latest on the Cowboys and Giants. And where in the world is the Gardner Webb of tonight? What is the top story?
Well, we got a big game in the Big East. You just watched it, Thursday Night Football on ESPN. Louisville, West Virginia. Mountaineers chasing Connecticut. Louisville's been a bit of a disappointment this season. Scoreless first. Darius Rayno gets the spot shadow, and Pat White just that quick release. West Virginia up 7-0 later in the first. If some is good, more is better. White rolling out, and again, look at that, right from the ear, cock, lock, ready to rock. West Virginia players celebrate in the end zone. That always makes Coach Rodriguez happy. Get over here and stop that! West Virginia up 14-7 now, second quarter. White, Rayno, again, 31 yards. But here they lost the wide receiver. He left the game with the sore knee right there. 4th and goal from the 1. Slayton follows Owen Schmidt, who's quite interesting to watch him on the sidelines tonight. Mountaineers 21-7, 14 rushing touchdowns for Slayton. Third quarter, 24-14, Brian Brom. Like Slayton and White, Brom was a kid who had a lot of Heisman talk about him. Sacked by John Holmes. Eric Wicks, reservations for 6. We've got a 17-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Well, remember what happened last year. 17 points wasn't enough for Louisville. Fourth quarter, Cardinals down 10, now down 3. Brom, Mario Arruta, end zone. Touchdown, now with 6 minutes left. Brom over the middle. Tip and picked by Wicks, who had a heck of a ball game. The touchdown we just showed you, big interception for the senior there. But 2 plays later, nursing a 3-point lead with 5.5 to play. Pat White with one of his rare mistakes. He fumbles, Louisville recovers, and the Cardinals are going to have another chance. And they're going to take advantage of that chance. Art Carmody, 31 yards for a 31-all game. And it's good, and right at this point, I thought overtime, and the Rap Dog said, I don't think so. I don't think this game's going to overtime, because he's a big believer in Pat White when he's got the football and he can run with it. Pat White ran for 146 yards in this game, 50 of it right here, 182 through the air, and it's 38-31. But hold on, because Louisville's going to have another chance. Unfortunately, their special teams, not so special, going to make that chance a 99-yard chance after Trent Guy lets it go right through the 5-hole.
Yeah,
right down to the 1. So Coach Craig Thorpe's squad going to have to go 99 Final seconds. Mary works on Sundays. It's Thursday. Nothing here. Brom goes long, and West Virginia comes up with it, and they win it. 38-31 is your final. Two years ago, West Virginia down 17 in the third quarter, came back to defeat Louisville in triple overtime by 2 points. This year, the Mountaineers were up 17 in the third because of the White touchdown. This time, the game didn't have to go to overtime, which was good for all involved, including Chris Fowler and his band.
West Virginia wins, and they play John Denver's Take Me Home Country Road. It's been a long, weird, winding, wacky road for the Mountaineers to navigate to a hard-earned 7-point victory tonight. They overcome 11 penalties for 116 yards and 3 fumbles in the second half. They made it interesting, but it was White with redemption at the end.
And White started the game out on fire, ended it on fire. And remember, when we look back at the first quarter, this was an offense that was moving along and just doing their thing. Pat White, very efficient, very effective. Maybe the number 7 team in the BCS got a little overconfident there. That happens all the time when you start out strong, so they had to recover at the end and barely did that.
Well, we talked about it early, that the only way they get stopped is to stop themselves, whether it's penalties, turnovers, stupid mistakes, a bad punt, kicking it out of bounds for 8 yards. Those are the only things that stop this offense. And when Pat White had his back to the wall, he said, give me the ball. They started driving it, and then the last time, bang, touchdown, down. Put the ball in Pat White's hands.
Well, it was an eventful, scary night for the Mountaineers quarterback. Afterwards, he visited with Aaron Andrews.
All right, well, thanks so much. This game for you, Pat, had a little bit of everything. Fumbles, you got blood on your jersey, you took a big hit in the head. How are you feeling?
Relieved now. I mean, that last fumble of mine had me upset, worried, but things happened. I happened to get in the end zone, and we pulled it out. Great win for us.
I saw you after that fumble. You come over to the sidelines. You kind of had your head in your hands. What were you thinking there after that?
I just gave Brian Brom the football. That's what I was thinking.
And when you got the football back, you see a little bit of crease and no one there. What are you thinking as you're running down the field?
Just let me get in this end zone, or at least get in range for Pat Mack to make a field goal.
You just have this look like you're completely dazed. Is it the hit on your head, or you just, I mean, what are you thinking now?
It might still be the hit. I don't know. I'm just, oh man, that game. Whew. I don't know what else to say.
All right, well, thank you so much, Pat.
Thank you.
For the third year in a row, you can say in Louisville, West Virginia, that game, lots of twists and turns. Brom, meanwhile, 345 yards passing for the senior. Couple of touchdowns. He had 2 interceptions, 1 on a Hail Mary at the end of the game. Almost a heroic performance from the senior leader of Louisville.
I thought Louisville's defense came and played a lot better today. You know, they stepped up when they had to, made enough plays. Brom almost had his team in contention to win the game. I was looking for character. I was looking for a team to go out there and play hard. I thought Louisville did that.
Well, you talk about character. They were down 17, came all the way back to tie it. Brom kept slugging away, firing in there. The only negative is he's got such a good arm and so much confidence. He tried to stick it in there a couple of times when maybe he shouldn't.
It's the 5th loss for Louisville. They're still not bowl eligible at 5-5. They're being a preseason national title contender. West Virginia, number 7 in the BCS, coming in, lumped in there with those one-loss teams. What did they do tonight? Do you think they hurt their chances in terms of style points? They were a big favorite coming in.
Yeah, perception-wise, you know, Louisville's down right now, so there's not a lot of real praise coming around for Louisville's football team. So you struggle with the Louisville team. I mean, this is still a Louisville football team with Brian Brom.
And West Virginia still some work to do to secure the conference title. They still have 3 games to play. Connecticut comes in here for a very important game. Rich Rodriguez saying goodbye and good luck to Brian Brom. It's the last time he'll have to defend him in the Big East. And Brom, of course, a year away from success in the NFL. In the end, they can smile and sing along to John Denver. Mountaineers win it by 7, but it was interesting in Morgantown. Guys?
Love it, John.
You want to love it. You want to give a few bars? Well, you heard Chris mention it, that West Virginia at Cincinnati. That's where UConn is this week. And, of course, the Huskies, they're in the driver's seat in the Big East. November 24th, that drive could be a little tougher when they play West Virginia.
A lot of buzz today about a baseball story. A Boston Globe report Wednesday saying 11 current free agents will be named in the Mitchell report. Tonight, Gene Orzer, the general counsel for the Players Union, said that story was inaccurate. He told me what was made clear to a group of agents in New York Wednesday is that of the universe of players that Mitchell has asked to interview, no more than 11 are current free agents. And that number is relevant to the agents who might represent one of those guys, that maybe during the time of negotiations, there's the chance that the player's name is released. And even that is just a chance. As representatives from the union and Major League Baseball acknowledge, they have no idea what names are in Mitchell's investigation or if he intends to release any or all of them. Rob Manfred is, of course, the vice president for Major League Baseball and labor relations. He said, "I can't imagine how that original story can be accurate. Only Senator Mitchell knows who's in the report. The union doesn't know who's named in that report. We have not notified any players of anything." Meantime, baseball on the field, the GM meetings, Miguel Tejada's name's in play. Remember at 05, the Red Sox had an interest in him. Now it may be the Yankees. They're looking for a replacement at third for A-Rod. They at least appear to have some interest in bringing the one-time All-Star on board. Jason Stark on how realistic keeping him in the same division will be.
Is Miguel Tejada available? He is. Are the Yankees interested? They are. But does that mean Miguel Tejada is going to wind up in New York? Not so fast. The Yankees are like a lot of folks this time of year. They're making out a shopping list, and Miguel Tejada is one of the names on that list. But so is Scott Rowland. So is Miguel Cabrera. And here's what really works against this deal happening. The Yankees and Orioles have done almost no business together for the last 30 years. There's very little motivation for the Orioles to try to help out the Yankees, the powerhouse in their own division. So is Miguel Tejada going to wind up replacing Alex Rodriguez in New York? I'm not so sure of that.
Red Sox have made Mike Lowell an offer they believe to be really strong. Reportedly 3 years. The 33-year-old, of course, off the outstanding season, MVP of the World Series. Both sides say they want to get it done. Should it all blow up, by the way, it doesn't appear as if they would look to the Marlins' Miguel Cabrera.
Breakdown brought to you by McDonald's.
Eastern Conference semifinal matchup from last season. The Bulls, who don't have a win, against the Pistons, who know how to win. First quarter, Tyrus Thomas by Rasheed Wallace. Bulls up 6 after 1. Second quarter, transition. Ben Gordon, stop, no pop. Thomas, I got you, Pop. How's it? Bulls up 6 at the half. Third quarter, Chicago up 12. It's Thomas again, the steal. Then he tries to dribble, which is not in his wheelhouse. Rip Hamilton off the turnover to Wallace, and the Pistons are down 10. We keep it in the third. 9-point game. Chauncey Billups, who do you think you are? Mr. Big Shot. It's a 6-point game. Bulls trying to find that first W. Kirk Heinrich, big at the wheel to Thomas, big in this game. Still in the third. Ben Wallace turns the ball over. Rip Hamilton. Blocked by Thomas. Tyrus Thomas, 19 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 miles high. Pistons keeping it close, though. Rasheed Wallace had 36 in this game. It's a 3-point game. Tyrus Thomas, though. Wallace and the Bulls up 3. Fourth quarter, 98 seconds left. 3-point game. Hamilton, the runner. We've got a 1-point game, and how will the Bulls react? Haven't got a win this season. Well, Billups to Hamilton for the tie. No, Thomas, of course. Who else? Tyrus Thomas, the rebound. Bulls get the win. Their first of the season. They take it by 4. All right, well, they're running on all pistons now. We see that the Bulls started out 0-4 in the 05-06 season, averaging 10 points fewer than they have then. This was against the Pistons. They're now 4-1 in their last 5 against them.
Good stuff there. We got 60 seconds, and we're back. Romo says the Giants are better, but hear why he says what happened was no fluke. Yelling, screaming, robbery at gunpoint with a semi-automatic weapon. Part of the testimony today at Simpson's hearing. And is it good news or bad news for the 0-4 Warriors? That Dallas is in town. Don't miss the in-progress highlights. We're back. Just 1 minute. That's it.
Happy Hour, now at Sonic. Entertain your taste buds with over 168,000 fountain drink and slush combinations, like our Cherry Limeade. All half price every day between 2 and 4 p.m. Drive in for Happy Hour today, because Sonic is your ultimate drink stop.
This time of year, my dandruff really shows.
And my old shampoo didn't stop the itch, so I switched.
Selsun Blue, doctor recommended for flakes and itch. Aloe and moisturizers for healthy hair and scalp.
Never wear black without the blue.
Selsun Blue.
Sports Center, brought to you by Sonic. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. And Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
The Golden State Warriors have pulled off the greatest upset in the history of the NBA playoffs. They have defeated the Dallas Mavericks in 6.
After that playoff loss, Mark Cuban filed a lawsuit against Don Nelson for using inside info he got when he coached the Mavs. Seriously.
Get over it.
Likely not to be heard by an arbitrator till after the first of the year. Not kidding. Dirk solo act. Got it. Dallas within 1. Later in the first, the Mavs are up 1. Now transitioning. Howard wide open on the wing. Trailer. Dallas up 4. Now tied in the second. The lob into Baron Davis. Working the post. Warriors up 2. Later in the second. We're tied again. Monta Ellis for the lay-in. No. Baron Davis. Woo! Warriors are on top 40-38. At that point now 53-50. They're up by 3.
Hey, is this the night the Wizards win their first game of the NBA season? Host New Jersey hopes not, but it looked good for Gilbert Arenas, Antoine Jamison, Caron Butler, and the Wizards franchise. They were up by 20 in the second quarter. 20 would not be enough. Nets down 14. Vince Carter off balance, and it's a 12-point game. There's the Boston Knockbar sighting. That's it. 19-2 run. Nets trailed by 5 at the half. Fourth quarter. Wizards down 3. Arenas. He would complete the old-fashioned three-point play here in this game tied. Under 3 minutes to play. Nets down 2. Look what the kid did. Pass to Richard Jefferson. RJ, the 3, and the Nets up 1. They led by 6 with under 2 minutes to go. But here we have under 30 seconds. Game tied. There's Richard Jefferson. Fundamentally sound basketball would be to block him out. Now, made both free throws. He had 25. He's 46 and 47 on the season. Here we go. Final seconds. 2-point game. Coach Eddie Jordan said afterwards he had no problem with this final play by Arenas, given his big play ability. What? That's what he said. I read the quote. Gilbert Arenas got it done. Sometimes, not that time.
College hoops upset Neil, of course, big story. November 2, Division II, Grand Valley State hammered Michigan State in double overtime. That hurt. On Tuesday, another Big Ten school lost another to a Division II school. Ohio State doesn't have Odin and Conley Jr. anymore, and Finlay got them. And then Wednesday, the Gardner-Webb bandwagon started getting loaded. Billy Gillespie's Kentucky Cats fall at home by 16. The Gardner-Webb head coach is Ricky Scruggs, and he's been talking about it a lot.
We went into the game really feeling like we could win the game. We might have been the only ones in the country felt that way, but we really felt like we had an opportunity to knock off Kentucky, and we thought one of the only ways we could do that was attack them. We had seen them play the 2 or 3 other games, and nobody had really attacked them the way we had planned to attack them. So we attacked them with the fast break offense, and then